how to leave your 9 to 5 within 60 days with branded dropshipping. I'm going to be giving you the exact blueprint that you need to use. So without further ado, just jump straight into it. Bro, holy shit, this is 99% of you motherfuckers out here. I cannot fucking imagine every single day having to commute here. I'm not trying to piss you off by saying that. I'm genuinely serious. Like, you hate what you do. The people around you especially, like I can remember when I was working a 9 to 5, bro, people were talking about partying, drinking, festivals, alcohol, drugs. Horrible, fucking despise these type of people, right? Paycheck to paycheck, every single month, you just get a paycheck and then you have to survive until the next one and then until the next one. It just never fucking seems to like you have any money in your bank. It's fucking depressed. You just feel shit. You literally feel like this motherfucker over here. And these guys don't even mind being here. These are your fucking colleagues. They don't even mind being here. These motherfuckers don't even mind going onto the fucking train every day. I would have hated it. I hated it when I was there. And the best way you can do this is with Shopify. Right strategy. Add that on with determination and knowing what you need to do is you can quit your 9 to 5. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be, very, very simple. You do have to put a lot of work and effort into it. But if you do the right things, you will be able to achieve it. So we're going to break it down in 4 exact steps. Now, the first step is, of course, going to be finding a product. Like, we need a product that we can sell in order to make the money. Now, where, what, how? I'm going to give you exactly every single thing. So the first thing is, where are we going to be looking for these products? Now, a couple things you can do is you have spy tools, just like Calidata, PP Ads, Mynea, Dropship.io, Winning Hunter, etc., etc. You can find products on there, but I don't recommend going with these as the first one. Reason being, a lot of people are on here, so a lot of people can take these products already too. Now, the second one is going to be swiping through social media. Now, if you go onto your Facebook, if you go onto your Instagram, if you go onto your TikTok, you keep swiping, you will see other people's ads and you can already get more inspiration from them that you can use on your own or for your own store, right? Now the first part, or the third part, my bad, the best part is going to be the Facebook ad library. When you want to start branded dropshipping and find a good product, the best way to go is Facebook ad library. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do this live, but before that, what are we looking for exactly? First thing that we're looking for is good product economics. Now, what are product economics? The things that I've listed down here below. For example, that the product is going to be solving a problem or an insecurity, right? Because this is what people will pay for. Imagine you have a fat belly. Now, a lot of you motherfuckers are probably fat. Imagine you're fat. You pay someone $50 to get rid of that fat. Would you do it? Tomorrow you have a six-pack, $50. Would you do it? I would even fucking do it, and I already have a six-pack. That's the idea, because people, when they have such a huge problem, like, something that they're like, they can't sleep, for example, they have such insecurity, like they're just fat as fuck, their wife hates them. If you can solve that, that equals, basically, let me just put it here, dollar signs. That is what it equals, okay? Now, this also goes hand in hand with demand, like how many people actually want it, which type of emotions are getting invoked with it, etc. These are the things we're looking for when we're looking for, and the reason why we're looking for problems and insecurities is because of the emotions that are going to be rising up with demand. Now, we also have the total addressable market. Now, we want it to be scalable. We don't want to sell something to, I don't know, fucking fishermen in Bradford in UK that are only men above the age of 50 until 55. It's like such a small market. You cannot go way broader. You cannot achieve multiple other people. We want a big total achievable market that we can also address to. Now, cheap COGS, cost of goods, how much you're going to pay to your supplier. We want the product to be lightweight, small, so we can ship it out quickly from China. We're not going to ship it out from USA. We're not going to ship it out from local business bullshit. We don't do that here. Branded dropshipping means basically D2C, direct to consumer brand. You have your supplier in China. You just send it straight to the customer. Simple as that. Cheapest way to do it, fastest way to do it, best way to do it, least headache. That's the way we're going to go. So this is the reason why we also need cheap cost of goods, so we can actually send it out easier. So that means also lightweight. Let me just write that down. Now, we also need angling opportunities. I will get into this later, especially with our creatives, etc. We need angling opportunities, right? Otherwise, we can't scale it super hard. Now, of course, I don't have a product found just yet, But if you guys need a supplier, I do have products already that I'm gonna go over to with you guys in a second. If you just need a supplier in general, you're running up some sales, DM me on Instagram, Burakamanda, like just click on the message here. Just DM me supplier, like, yo, watch your latest video, give me the supplier, blah, blah, blah. I'll just show it to you. Now, how are we going to do this? Very simple. We're just gonna move over to step 2. Now, what is step 2? Live product research. You motherfuckers know me. I don't just do this Miro board bullshit and then be like, oh, just magically find a fucking product. I'll show you motherfuckers how we're gonna do it. So we're gonna jump straight into it. The first thing we're gonna do is we're going to go to ChatGPT. All right, when you're on ChatGPT, what I want you to do is basically enter this prompt here. It's basically a simple one. What are top 10 niches to sell to Facebook? Give me the niches, give me their main problems, and give me the ways I can enter that niche, etc. Now I already did it here. I already got like a bunch of niches here, like these, like pet owners, blah, blah, blah. What we can do now, this is the way we're going to identify to go into these niches with Facebook, is give me 25 keywords per niche, just so we can search it up. Now, it's going to just give you 25 keywords, for example, on the beauty niche, on the health and wellness niche, etc. It's just going to just drop that in there for you. Now, you can already take these things that we have here, right? I already took this one, low energy and poor sleep. I just searched it up here quickly. Now, what we can do is when you just enter this in here, right? It's going to show you all of the ads that are mentioning low energy and poor sleep. Now, instead of just going and scrolling through these pictures or scrolling through these here, what I want you to do, come over here to the filters, right? You click on the filters, you come down to the impressions by date, and you select the last 7 days. For example, like this is 1 week ago, or you can even come back here and select the last 2 weeks. Now, the reason we do this is the ads that we're going to see then are all going to be from 1 week ago. Now, the reason why we do that is we want them to be running at least for a week already to make sure we know it's working, to make sure we know it's already validated for us, instead of us, going with newly made ads. Now, when we also come over there, instead of those thousands of results, you see 710 results. These are people that have already done at least these ads here, that are already doing probably some numbers. Otherwise, they wouldn't be running them. Now, what we're going to be looking for here is we're going to be looking for competitors, right? For example, this one. This is Gravy Glow, whatever. We can just click them open. We can hover over the name just to see how many ads and stuff they got, just to see, like, can we use this? Like, are these guys already established in the space? Is it something we can go into? Now, I see this here, Sense Herbs. This looks a whole lot better. You also see 2,970 whatever likes. It's basically selling the same product, right? You see exactly the same product, sour sop drop extract. And then, what the fuck is that? Here, sour sop bitters and shilajit bitters bundle, right? Basically the same-ish product, right? It's not that much different. It's basically the same sour sop, whatever. Now, when we are looking for these type of products, what we're looking for is what they're speaking into, right? They're talking about fatigue. They're talking about bloating. They're talking about brain fog, stubborn weight. All of these, when we go back here, all of these are problems / insecurities. So the whole idea is when we're looking at the product economics, we're not looking at anything else besides all of these things in here. So for example, when we have the sour sop bitters, whatever, it solves a huge insecurity and a problem, which is bloating, which is fatigue, which is all these things that people want to have solved, right? And then the way we can see if they have demand is if you just go over to their page, which I'll just open up here. You're going to see shitloads of ads running from them. Yeah, 42 active ads. And then we can just basically just check how many people are on their website with similar web. They had a lot more. All of a sudden it's going down. But they had probably a decent amount of people on their similar web. And the whole idea with this is your mom, brother. And the whole idea, what we're trying to do with this is we're trying to figure out what other people are doing, just to see if we can come in with a different angle, or just to see if we can find something that we can implement for ourselves. Now, I want you guys to understand this thing. If other people are running a product / to a market with a certain angle, that means it's good. It doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's bad. I seriously mean this. I want to type it out here because a lot of you guys don't believe this, but saturation is actually very good. It's good. This means just only that it's validated. This means it's working for other people. Hence, it could work for you. Now, the way we got to come in with this is we got to angle off of it, right? So when it also comes to finding a product, right, we got to be a bit different than the rest of the people. So when we come over to ad library, when we scroll through here, you'll find lots of other people running like this and like this grounding, blah, blah, blah. And for example, here, this one. This one is talking about 3 ways to relieve back pain, right? Let's click on it. We're going to see what they're talking about. And then this is a whole advertorial page, by the way. They're basically leading everyone through it, like telling them why they need it, etc., etc. And they go over to the product. And then once we can actually fucking click on the product, which I cannot here, you just get 50% off. What they're selling is a fucking bed sheet. They're selling a bed sheet for back pain. Do you understand? That is how crazy you can take it. And here's the part. I already saw another ad from this exact people. Here they're talking about back pain, like here they're talking about the emotional aspect, like, oh, back pain, you got skeletal, you got pinched nerves, etc. And then here, look at this. Try grounding today with literally the same exact product. So this is exactly what I meant when I was talking about you need a product where you can angle off of, right? They're selling bed sheets, by the way. This is nothing crazy. It's not something that's going to immediately solve your problems, etc. They're selling bed sheets for back pain. They're selling bed sheets for grounding. The same product, selling for 2 different, as you also see, grounding bed sheet, and then this one is grounding well bed sheet. Like just different landing page. That's it. But the same exact product, nothing else. Only thing is with their ads is complete different, like different angles. This is what they're doing with it. And this is the way you need to go about it. And this is the reason why we also do this product research, because you can actually understand what your customers are doing or what your competitors are doing with their angling. This you can literally just extract from your customers or from your competitors, my bad. And then you can literally apply it to your own products, just like this one, for example, right? And if we even also look on their similar web here, they're also running 375, 350K. If a brand is running 100K plus sessions every single month on their website, that means they're already running some decent numbers, couple 100K plus in revenue probably. So that's also what we're looking for. Now this down to ground.co is a different, at least from what I'm seeing right now. I don't know if it's different, but it looks a bit different. They are trying to do kind of the same thing with what these other guys are doing, but let me just check for a second. This is a mattress cover, right? That is it. Like you can literally just, instead of you selling a bed sheet, you can sell a mattress cover, right? The slightest difference. But that means you're selling a different product to the customers, and which means for them, like, okay, they're getting their emotional pain solved, which is basically, you know, they're not grounding, they don't feel well about themselves, or they're getting their physical pain solved, which is going to be their back pain, that's going to be scoliosis, it's going to be their pinched nerves, etc. And all of this with a mattress cover. As simple as that. Inflammation is gone, improved sleep, better blood flow, more energy. These are not features of the product. These are all benefits of the product which these people are looking for to get physically, emotionally, mentally. And this is exactly what we need to do. So when it comes down to finding products, and when it comes down to actually being able to understand what makes a good product, this is it. This is why we're also doing it with Facebook and with other competitors from Calidata. Now, when it comes down to the step 3, this is going to be making the store. Now, there is a slight step in between, and that slight step in between, I would name it research, but I just don't have it, because otherwise this video is going to be like fucking hours long. So what we need to understand is, let's say we're going to take this product, right, for grounding therapy, right? What we want to do with this one is we want to do research on our customers that are trying to ground. Now, the best example of this is going to be on Amazon. Now, when you come over to Amazon, you can literally just search up grounding. You will find a couple things which people already, literally 6,000 people bought this mat for like fucking standing thing. Might seem crazy to us, like, oh, what the fuck, you would never buy that. Or here, 1,000 plus people bought these sheets, right? It's exactly the same product these guys are selling. What we want to do with this is we want to go over to the customer review section, and what we want to see here is what people are saying, right? For example, here, the biggest surprise for me has been the relief from joint pain and inflammation. We know then that they had joint pain and inflammation before. These are pain points that they try to get rid of. Now, when it comes to making our website, when it comes to making our product page, when it comes to making our creatives, we need to be talking about these things that our customers want to get out of our product, just so we can kind of like convince them, or basically let them know This is what you're looking for. If you are struggling not to be fat anymore, and if someone tells you, okay, you just gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do that, you're gonna be like, holy shit, that is exactly, that's exactly what I've been struggling with. Like, I can't seem to put the chips down at fucking 12 a.m. at night. This is why I'm overeating all the time. He's talking to my exact situation. He's literally talking about what I was watching yesterday, blah, blah, blah. And then the same thing we're trying to do here. Now, what she's also talking about, for example, made a noticeable difference in my sleep quality. This is a benefit. Energy levels, benefit, and overall sense of well-being. As someone who struggles with inflammation and chronic pain, she's just giving you the blueprint. You need to be able to do research about your customers to know what they're struggling with and attack those points, right? If you can tell someone you're struggling with inflammation and chronic pain, here's the solution. They're going to be listening. They're going to be watching a video like, holy shit, I have inflammation, I have chronic pain, I have like punctured nerves. Holy shit, this is me. Then they're gonna listen, they're gonna go through the whole video, they're gonna click, they're gonna make that purchase, and that's how you're going to make money. And that's how you're gonna leave your fucking 9 to 5. But let's just continue on with the research. You do this with every single review. You just read through it, you skim through it. Okay, what was it talking about? Okay, whatever. She's talking here about relieve pain, boost overall wellness, improve sleep, blah blah blah. Okay, not too much anything else. You can just skip it. But you can all just take these things, like where she's talking about relieve, right? These, you make a Google Docs, you make a Google Sheets, put them all in there, right? So when it comes down to this here, the sensation I feel is pleasant, slight tingling, what the fuck? Anyways, meditating, blah 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 blah. Calming effect, maybe this is something, right? Calming effect, people are looking to stay a bit more calm. Or when you come to this is the reviews you want, the pure raw fucking paragraphs of reviews. This is what you want to read. When people are talking about this is what you really want. So when we're looking over here, also about this, blah blah blah. Now what she's talking about here is that it moves my lymph like nobody's business. Now I don't know what a lymph is. Let me actually just Google that up. I'm kind of scared, but fluid containing white blood cells, which, what the hell? Probably some type of thing that people have. Now, I have no idea what it exactly is, but lymph treatment, homeopathic, like she's talking about these field alternatives, etc. I go into this in other videos so much in depth, but I'm just going to pull it up quickly for you motherfuckers. Now, this is exactly what we're looking for. Pain points, desires, benefits, fears / objections, right? And then field alternatives. What hasn't worked for them? Now, this, you can literally go over to the reviews, check here what she's talking about. For example, you make a Google Docs, you make a new sheet, whatever. You just yank them in here. Pain points. All right, she's talking here about, what was she talking? You could literally just copy paste it. Here, joint pain and inflammation, right? Pain points. This is what she's struggling with. Now, let's go back. She was talking about something here too, right? Inflammation and chronic pain. Just take it, copy paste it, right? So you know what your customers are talking about the whole time. Now, when we go down to this person here, lymph, whatever, I was actually seeing someone at my chiropractor's office for homeopathic lymph treatment and acupuncture, right? These are going to be field alternatives. You just yank them in there, right? The reason we do this is to understand what our customers are talking about. And when it comes to our ads, which we're going to go into in a second, you can literally say, tired of doing acupuncture and homeopathic lymph treatment, right? This is what you're targeting. Because these people are going to be like, holy shit. No one knows when I tell my family all the time homeopathic lymph treatment, no one understands what the fuck I'm talking about. This video does. And then they're gonna watch through like, yeah, I am fucking tired of it. Acupuncture hurt, homeopathic lymph treatment doesn't fucking work. Let me get rid of it, etc., etc. Now, same thing here. We're just gonna keep looking through them. It helps remove any stiffness and slight achiness, right? This is going to be desires. I would say this more as like benefits, right? You just put them down there. I was taking a supplement for the one, blah blah blah. Supplement is a field alternative. You just write it down there, right? We can go into more and more and more. You just write down every single thing just so you can understand what they're talking about. Now she's talking about this and that. Okay, now we just click on see more reviews, or you can go to this one, which is going to be the bedding, whatever, right? You can see what they're talking about here. Now, since I started deeper sleep, right, and wake up feeling more refreshed. Okay, we just take these two. Wake up feeling more refreshed, my bad. Just yank them down there. Now we go down here. I was skeptical at first. I'm genuinely impressed from the result. I fell asleep faster and I felt more rested in the morning. Holy shit, exactly the same fucking desire. Now we just come down here over time. The quality of the bed over time experience fewer aches and pains, especially my joints, and overall sense of calm. So aches and pains aches and pains in joints are their pain points which they want to get rid of and which they are getting rid of. Now, we just continue like, bro, if I just do this shit for 10 minutes, I can find so many things here. Holy shit. Now here, the first night, I've suffered with chronic inflammation. Oh, this is it, boys. I'm telling you guys. This is why you go through it. Every single review, which has like a huge fucking review thing, you just read it, done. Swelling. This is also something they had. They wanted to get rid of it, right? Here, they're talking about, I haven't had to take any ibuprofen or Tylenol. These are failed alternatives they've tried, right? To get rid of the pain. They don't have to do this shit anymore. If you go into someone telling, if you are someone, let's say you're depressed. Now, when you're working your 9 to 5, you might be. I don't hope so. But let's say you're genuinely depressed and you're on antidepressant pills. If you tell someone that is on antidepressant pills, are you tired of taking antidepressant pills? And then you go into the whole script where you explain why they don't need antidepressant pills. All they need is your grounding mat, whatever, right? Whatever your product is, what you're selling to them. And they're going to be like, holy shit, this seems like the solution. They're going to buy. Because a lot of people are tired of antidepressant pills. A lot of people are tired of Tylenol. A lot of people are tired of ibuprofen. A lot of people are tired of joint pain and inflammation and chronic pain, fucking swelling, aches and pains in joints, chronic inflammation, everything. They're tired of it. They don't want this anymore, right? This is what makes them want to buy. I don't have pain in my legs, ankles, and feet like I did before, right? Pain, again, here, the pains in joints, ankles, and feet, right? Pain, feet, ankles. You can fill this list with so many things, and this is just done in 2-3 minutes where I'm just skimming through it. I ain't even reading this whole thing. Now, when you read through your reviews, you will understand what your customers are experiencing. Once you understand what your customers are experiencing, once you can fill out these pain points, desires, benefits, fears, the objections they have, why they wouldn't buy, why they wouldn't go along with it, the failed alternatives, what they've tried, ibuprofen, they've tried acupuncture, they've tried this Chinese massage, they've tried this and that, and you go into all those points, right? Your customer is going to be feeling like, holy shit, this is my situation, and that's exactly what you want. And the reason why we also do this is also to do with step 3 and step 4 soon to come. Now, with the step 3 is making the store. What makes a customer buy are these things. Now, I'll go into a bit more in a second. What makes a customer buy is a transformation, right? So a very good example of this would be when we come over here, or when we come over to this one. When we come over here, for example, we go to the pictures. When you can make like a transformation or like a picture of this from a shit bed to this, or when you can convey a story where you're talking about how someone was the whole time having chronic inflammation, right? They were having swelling. You're showing their joints. Now, the best way to do this, also probably on your website too, is if we go to these videos.
Struggling with burning, stabbing, or shooting pain down your lower back, hips, or legs? It might be more than just the pinched nerve. You could be dealing with sciatica.
Decent. I would say personally, if they had added some visuals, it would have worked a whole lot better. If you show someone, when you're talking about struggling with back pain or struggling with knee pain or struggling with joints, ankle pain, if you show someone's feet where they're having inflammation, where they're having swelling, exactly what they're struggling with, right? Or if you're showing someone that has back pain and you see them going like, oh, like a fucking old grandpa, or you after sitting at your desk like I was slunched over all the time like this, you're gonna have back pain. If you can show someone sitting like this, or if you can show someone, oh, my back hurts, etc., that is going to add a visual effect for your customer to be like, holy shit, I've been in that exact situation. Or their knees hurt, so they can't go down the stairs anymore. So you see like an old, like not an old person, but you see someone trying to go down the stairs, right? And then they have to hold on and be like, oh, my knees. If you can put the whole exact scenario in front of them, that is what's going to make someone buy. And the same thing goes for this product, right? If you see someone, like this is more for the feet because they're standing on it, right? A lot of the times I would guess it would be more for feet. And this one would be for back and feet and everything in general, right? So it's like you can literally just take this product is working well already, right? Cool. Take this product, literally different. That's it. You will, instead of selling for people with back pain and knee pain and leg pain and feet pain and ankle pain, You just sell to feet and ankle. That's it. No more, no less. Or knees, maybe, like add that on. But the whole idea is when you're going to be selling this to people, holy shit, I don't want to zoom in on the feet because there's going to be some fucking perverts here. But when you're going to be selling these type of products, when you can tell to people like that this is what you're struggling with, right? When you go through these reviews, this is why we read the reviews so good. If you can see someone talking about like before using this, like I was, what is this called? Before using this, I was in this situation, like I couldn't wake up from my bed because my back hurt all the time, or with these, like I couldn't walk, I couldn't go on hikes with my grandkids, etc. If these are scenarios that these people are having and that they're talking about, for example, like this, right? This is their, I don't know what this is. This is like their daughter or something. What the hell? What is the dog doing there? Anyways, when you see people actually talking about like I couldn't go on a walk with my kids, or I couldn't go on my daily walk with my dog, etc. If this is a genuine scenario, if you can put that in your videos, in your store, where you're talking about struggling with knee pain and it's blocking you from going on walks with your dog, and you see someone going on a walk with a dog and they're holding their knee or they're holding their back or they're holding their feet, wherever the problem lies, that is what makes that's what's going to make someone click. Holy shit, I've been yapping for almost an hour. My lips are getting dry. Now, just to confirm that. Now, that's the transformation, that's the storytelling in it. Now, you also want shitload of trust. Best way to do this, well, who said it? Picasso? Steele? Quote? Was it Picasso? Quota? What the fuck? I don't even know if it was Picasso. Good artist copy, great artist steal. Now, with trust, best way to do it, go over these motherfuckers, take these pictures. Simple as that, right? Go over these motherfuckers, take their reviews. Simple as that. If you're running this product, you can take these, right? Because in essence, you're going to be delivering the exact same product onto it. Now, I see a shitload of cats and dogs here for some reason. So with this product, that might be an angle to take. Like fucking loads of cats and dogs like sitting on that thing. For some reason, probably they like it. But the whole idea is you want to convey trust through reviews. You want to convey trust through payment badges. You want to convey trust through social proof, right? You want to have people trust your website when they come on there, instead of them feeling like, what the fuck am I looking at, right? They're going to come here, for example, right? When we go up here, you can see immediately Terry's grounding story, right? Someone is literally going to be talking about severe pain from knee arthritis. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers know what they're doing. But this is exactly what you want. You want to have people's story on here so people can relate to it, right? You want to have other people's feet, other people actually using the product, right? When we also go through here, instead of just enhanced sleep and you put a bed or something, you show people that they're actually here. Holy shit, look at these benefits, bro. All of it. None of this has anything to do with the fucking features of the product. It's all to do with benefits, physical or emotional. Same with these. These are people, you show people's faces, you show other people using it. The whole idea with this is that you're going to convey trust to people. That they're going to see it and be like, holy shit, so many other people are using it. Especially, this is the best one here. Terry's grounding story. Holy shit.
Hi, my name's Terry and I live in Western Oklahoma.
Probably most of their customers are from USA. Hence why they put that in there.
I heard about the grounding sheet through social media.
Probably most of them heard it through social media. They probably have some forms in the back end after people buy it. Where did you hear about us? Social media. That's why they're using it. They're basically trying to make it so relatable to the customer that they're going to be like, holy shit, Terry's story is my story. They're going to feel more like buying. That is serious. And I genuinely mean it. Exactly the reason why I said you want to convey those stories, what they're talking about, like I couldn't go on a walk with my dog, etc. You want to put someone with their dog not being able to walk, if that's their biggest pain point. You want to put that in your video. Reason being, they're going to be like, holy fuck, that is me. This is what you want.
Read up on it and did some research. 4 years old and I have arthritis in my knees. And actually, before I got the grounding sheet, I was scheduled to go in some arthritis.
She's going to get a surgery, etc. Now, a lot of the times, like I said, we also went through it here. Like a lot of people have this treatment, blah, 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 acupuncture. People are using supplements. People using ibuprofen or Tylenol because it hurts them. This is what you want to go into. You want to go into the emotions of it, right? Always emotions, never to the features. Fuck features. That's what I can say to that. Now, social proof, very good. This is a part of social proof, right? What you also want to have I don't know. Yeah, for example, you can have like all the things like this for the trust, like 90-day money back guarantee. You can have free shipping, like all these little things right there. Those are good. You want to have your reviews on top straight away, and then when you go down here you have reviews. I believe below there, yeah, these. You also want to have these. Again, they have Judge Me rated this, Trustpilot rated that, Facebook rated that, Google. Bro, just pure fucking social proof. So many other people rated us on, what is this called? Google, Facebook, Trustpilot, Judge Me. This is what you want. And in the end, the most important thing is going to be, again, about a good product and you being able to convey that product to them as what they need to their solution. Now, very important. I say this all the time and it pisses me off. Don't overcomplicate your store. It's the stupidest thing you can do. Keep it clean and keep it simple. This is what you want. Look at this store. There is nothing complicated about this store. Incredibly simple. This one also, incredibly simple. Very simple store. Let me even put it in like mobile mode for you motherfuckers so you can see. Incredibly simple. There's nothing crazy and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Because that is only going to put the customer off and be like, what the fuck is happening? Because it's going to be too complicated for them. Now, that's going to be on step numero tres or three. I don't know how the fuck I say three in Spanish. Now, step 4. Creatives. Probably by far the most important step ever, right? Because this is exactly going to be the first, like literally the first interaction with your brand. When people see these videos here, this is the first time they see these videos, let's say. So this is the first interaction they have. And if they don't even get to see, like, sure, they see some doctor talking about it, but if they don't even get to see their own situation happening, do you really think that's going to make them want to click, right? Do you really think that's going to be having them like, holy shit, let me actually go ahead and be like, you know, just go with this video and buy straight away? You want to have the best first impression and the first interaction with your customer because it's going to be the first interaction with your brand ever, right? So your videos are going to be the most important thing. So when it comes down to videos, you want to have a couple things. You want to straight away attack their pain points. You want to make sure you know who you're talking about and you want to make sure you're talking to them straight from the get-go. You don't want to go into something where you're going to be talking about, I don't know, some random ass bimbo who has nothing to do with your product. You don't want to go talk about 16, 17, 18-year-old kids about fucking grounding. They ain't going to give that much of a shit, right? So, or you're not going to talk about grounding for 70, 80-year-old people, right? Or you're not going to talk about grounding for, I don't know, men that are working blue-collar jobs and they don't really give a fuck about grounding. They've never even heard of it. You don't really want to go into this. Now, the second part is awareness stages. The best way you can attack people's pain points and understand your customers and make sure they're going to understand your product and actually go ahead and make that purchase is understanding which awareness stage they are going to be in. So we have 5 awareness stages here. So the first one is unaware. They don't know your product. They don't know the problem. They don't know anything, right? I don't know I have back pain. I don't know I know there's a solution. I don't know anything. Nothing, right? That's the first one. That is not where majority of your customers are going to be. I would say majority of your customers are going to be either in problem aware or either in solution aware. These are going to be the biggest ones. Now, problem aware basically withholds that people know they have back pain, right? 1 second. People know they have back pain, but they just don't know the solution to it, right? They don't know what to do about it. They just don't know, like, oh, should I get fucking acupuncture? Should I get Chinese massage? Should I get supplement? They don't know anything. They don't know anything about these 3 options or 4, 5, however many options there are. Now this, solution aware, they know about the solution. Now they have back pain, right? And they also know that acupuncture can help them, that whatever, like fucking Chinese massage can help them, etc. Now, when they are product aware, my bad, I wanted to say when they know your product. Well, basically when they are product aware, they know about your product, right? They just haven't bought it yet. They know you're selling grounding sheets in this case, right? They know you're talking about grounding sheets, you know, this whole thing, like they know about this whole product, they know why it works, etc. But the whole thing is they have not bought your product yet. Now, in these stages, doesn't mean they have bought your product yet either, right? They can buy in these stages, but the whole idea is you're going to make different videos in stage problem aware, you're going to make different videos in solution aware, and you're going to make different creatives in product aware. Now, just to give you guys the easiest example of this, when people are problem aware, you kind of need to let them know about the solution, right? Because they're not solution aware. When people are solution aware, you need to kind of let them know about your solution and about your product, why your product is the best. Now, the last one is going to be product aware. When people are product aware, they already know your product. So the best thing that works usually when people are product aware is having a good offer that you can offer them. So let me just put that down there. So for example, this would be an ad with this would be that people know your product and you would offer them like buy one, get one free. Right? Or get this much discount, because they already know your product. They already know everything around your offer or around your website and everything. They just haven't made that purchase yet. So that is exactly what you want them to do, is to make that purchase. You're going to offer them something. That's it. And now with the solution aware, you're going to teach, or not teach them. With the solution aware, you're going to show them why your product is above. How would I do that? Yeah, like this. No, wait, fuck, I forgot how to do like the superior shit. Your product is above others, right? So other competitors, etc. Now with problem aware, they don't even know the solution. They don't even know your product. They don't even know anything. You're going to give them the solution. You're going to teach them about the solution. Now unaware, you gotta even tell them that they have a problem, right? When people are unaware of a problem, they don't even know they have a problem. So you gotta teach them about the problem. Like you're going to tell them, for example, of like, you have to kind of, unaware is like probably going to be one where you would basically teach people that they have a problem through them being able to understand they have a problem. So you're going to have to give them daily examples of what's happening. So for example, they cannot fall asleep, right? But they don't really see it as a problem like yet, right? They don't know why they can't fall asleep. They don't know if they just cannot fall asleep. They see it as something normal. You're going to tell them like, okay, you cannot fall asleep because of this, right? You're going to tell them you cannot fall asleep because your body's temperature is too high and your frequency is too low, or your frequency is too high, where your mind is going to stay awake and your body is going to stay awake, which is going to keep you going on for longer, and then you're going to have sleep insomnia, you're going to die. Just saying something. And then you're going to basically introduce your problem, which is going to be that people, cannot sleep well, etc. You also see it here. This is the idea. This is also what we're going to, like anxiety, fatigue. They don't know about any of these yet. They don't know they have this yet, right? They might know like, a little bit like, I just, my neck hurts a little bit, but they don't really see it as a problem. You're going to teach them they have a problem. You're going to show them why it's a problem. Then you're going to give them the solution, which is going to be, your product, or why grounding is going to work. So not straight away the solution, but more so grounding is the solution. Your product is the product to the solution, right? So it's the vehicle to the solution, best way I can explain it. So that's basically going to come onto this step. So that's also why you want to understand these stages so well. I would recommend reading the book Breakthrough Advertising if you want to understand these. It's the best way to do it. And that way you're going to be able to understand how you can, target these more specifically for your customers. Now, I've been yapping for a very long time. You motherfuckers, quick break. By the way, quick 2-second break, 2-minute break, 1-minute break. You motherfuckers are in your 9 to 5s. I hope you guys are at least watching, 35, 40 minutes, whatever, however long it's been that I've been recording. I hope you motherfuckers are at least watching to this part. If you are, say, write down 40 minutes or a full video, or you watch the full video, something like that in the comments, because I can assure you, and I mean this, if I go to my YouTube analytics, I know 95% of motherfuckers ain't even make it this far. And the video ain't even over yet. This motherfucker gonna be almost like a 1-hour video. Now, there's a couple key points that you want to have in your creatives. Now, the key points that I'm talking about here is reviews. Now, you're not gonna, this is no particular order. You're not going to put fucking reviews straight in the front, or fucking offer straight in the back, right? You're not gonna do that. But you need to have a couple reviews in your creatives. Now this could be Jenny's story, whatever, with this woman's name, Jenny, Terry, whatever. It could be her story. It could be people like using it, like it could be people like sleeping like this, etc. Whatever the case is, or these type of stuff, but like more UGC style because it's a bit too professional, right? That kind of stuff. You can add that as a review. You can add other people that are talking about the product, like UGC style, like, I bought these, blah, blah, blah. I bought these sheets, grounding sheets. I need to ground it, blah, blah, blah. Now, you also need an offer. Limited time offer. It could be 1 + 1 free. It could be buy one, get this, or, for 2 bed sheets, or, you get one for 1 bed and then for 2 beds, etc. Whatever, right? For king size, for this size, blah, blah, blah. or you can give them like free socks, etc. When you buy 2 or more, you get free socks, for example. They're talking about that. Then you could talk about if you get this, if you buy 2, you're gonna buy 2 today, get free grounding socks for this and that, blah blah blah. You want to give them something, an incentive, so that they can actually go ahead and make that purchase. Because when people are gonna pay, this is when their thoughts are gonna be racing. Holy shit, I don't want to pay. Holy shit, I don't want to lose my money. People don't want to do it. Now, by far the most important out of these, it's going to be relatability. Now, this has to do with your whole entire creative from start to finish. Now, this is a different type of creative. This is more an authoritarian creative, because it's some woman that's like expert in her field. She's talking about that. Now, you also have the same with this chick here, talking about some whatever. She has what is this called?
Struggling.
Skyita, whatever. It's not loading for some fucking reason. Anyway, fuck that video. So basically she's talking about, you know, why people have this pain, why people have that pain. And she's going to show them like, okay, this is why you have it. Now, when we have, let me actually check if they're different. Let me actually go to their ad account quickly. Is actually gonna, yeah, perfect. So it's gonna open, oh no, it's gonna go straight to the page. I didn't want to go straight to the page, bro. Yeah, this. Let me just open their ad account quickly. You motherfuckers just stick with me for a second here. Now, the reason why I'm trying to do this, for example, these, right, where people are talking about it or showing it, these you can actually use, no, not this type of stuff, but these where people are actually using it or showing it, those I would actually go ahead and use as like these review testimonial type of videos that we talked about. Now, the biggest part is relatability, and I'm going to show that right here if it actually opens up. 1,100 results. Holy fuck. That's a shit lot of people, bro. Yeah, this would be, for example, just so you guys have like an idea of it, when it comes down to the awareness stages, the product aware, this offer is what you did, this video, this would be what you would offer them. This is a product aware ad. Okay, you're giving them an offer. Save $189 today plus free grounding socks. This is the offer. Now, this one, for example, lower cortisol while you sleep, reduces cortisol, boosts circulation, blah, blah, blah. You're talking about what it does for your customer. Now, which one would that be? It would or be problem aware, or it would probably be problem aware, or it would be maybe unaware, but I would more so say that it's for people that are problem aware. So they know, yo, I'm having this, I'm having that, etc. Right? Now, this also an offer deal. So a lot of people are in that sense for them. Lose the muffin top for good. Improve sleep quality, blah, blah, blah. This one also would be that. Now, I'm trying to find a couple other ones. Muffin top. I have no idea what the fuck a muffin top is. But again, you got to do your research. If you know these people are talking about that, then that's that, you know. The new and improved detox method. No, it's not talking about much here. Pain relief without painkillers. Now, that could be something. You see also they're using the same kind of ad, but just changing up the text the whole time. Very good. 14-day to relieve swollen legs. Your body craves the earth's energy. Again. Right? So when it comes down to that, that's that. Let me just go here. Relatability. When it comes down to video ads. So if you can actually find a video ad here, like this.
If grounding can improve inflammation, restore blood flow, and improve sleep, why are people not talking about this? You need to hear how she explains this.
The number one inflammation.
Again, authority figure, like I talked about before. Let me actually find a couple where it's not fucking monks and shit, bro. Why is there no one like making like a UGC video on this shit? That's crazy. Or this, maybe, I don't know. Is it gonna load? The ocean ritual that calms inflammation. The whole idea is just these are. I mean, you want it to be relatable. Like this shit. I mean, I don't know how the fuck this shit is working. I mean, it's not having the most spend, but it's crazy how fucking they got these people here and it's working well for them. Now, what I would see work well with this is, for example, a video like this where someone is struggling and where someone is, you know, in themselves, for example, me, right? Let's say I'm an entrepreneur. I'm talking to entrepreneurs about grounding so it can help them work better and be more focused throughout the day, sleep better so they can wake up more refreshed, so they can have more work that they can do. This is what you want. Absolutely, right? So you want that to be exactly relatable to who you're talking about. You don't want to, like, sure, if it works for them, it works. But you don't want to fucking put these, I mean, it's a different type of ad, but you don't want to have this and talk to them about like, yeah, I also struggle with it. You want to make it different. But again, this is the whole idea with relatability, is if people can relate to your story, just like Jenna's story. This is the reason why Jenna's story is here, or Terry's story is here, is because she's relatable. She's from Minnesota, she's from USA, she's like 99% of people that are probably buying the product. She sees it on social media. After she sees it on social media, she's like, holy shit, I need to do my research about it. I've had this for such a long time. I need to go undergo surgery, this and that. This is your target audience speaking. So in your ads, have your target audience speak to your target audience. If I tell other entrepreneurs, yo, I've been struggling with this, but I use this method to focus more, and I give them the way, they're probably going to follow it, because if it works for me as an entrepreneur, they're going to be like, holy shit, I'm also an entrepreneur. I also need more focus. Let me try it out. Same thing with this. If people are struggling with fucking sleep or with pain from your knees, and if you tell them, okay, I just use bed sheets like this, grounding bed sheets, and then they're going to be like, okay, yeah, sure. Let me just try it out, because they're from the same type of pain, same type of background, because they're relatable to each other. It's going to work. And it's as simple as that. And that is literally what it is. Now, I could make a creative with you guys here, but this is more going to be a video. It's already quite long. It's like 40, 50 minutes. But this is more going to be a video to open your eyes, what the possibilities are. So, let me also just quickly just check on their ads again. Where is it? Here. If I can show you guys a video or like an ad, for example, not these monks again. But if we can find like a ad like this, for example, holy shit, it's sending me straight to their page. Now this could be something, right? I hope it's gonna load. Let's check it out. Holy shit.
If you want better mood and less anxiety, take St. John's wort. You have a bad back or achy knees, take glucosamine. You want restorative and rejuvenating sleep? Take magnesium glycinate. You want to wake up energized and ready to combat the day? Take vitamin B12. You want to sleep all the way through the night without waking up? Take valerian root. Problem is, if you were to buy all of these individually in a store, you'd be paying over $250 and you'd be left with all of these. Let's get rid of all of this, because now you can get the same benefits by just sleeping on a grounding well bed sheet. The grounding.
Now, what did we talk about here? Where's my sheets? Holy shit, it went away. But what did I tell you guys? Right? We know what these people are gonna try. We know what these people are struggling with. What she's also doing by mentioning all those things, if you are struggling with this, if you're struggling with that, if you're struggling with that, if you're struggling with that, pain point, right? They're giving a filled alternative that could work, but then it's all together $250, etc. The idea. Pain point, filled alternative. Pain point, filled alternative. Pain point, filled alternative. Pain point, filled alternative. Continues. And in the end, now this is very good, because she's talking exactly about the pain points they're having and then giving the filled alternatives. Now this is literally what you want to have in your creatives. When people see that, it's interactive, at least with the water drops and shit. And when people see that, they're gonna be like, holy shit, I have those problems. And then in the end, they just keep watching. Like, oh, I could just take this, I could take that. And then she gives the, how do you call it? She gives like the takeaway, which is basically like, but it's $250 if you want to buy all of them together. So basically the way she does that is convince them to keep watching through, give them like a point where they're gonna be like, fuck, I can't do it, whatever, and then she comes with the solution. So that's basically gonna conclude for the video. You want to find a product on Facebook where you're going to be having good product economics, where you're going to then have good angling opportunities which you can go off of, right? And then what you want to do is make the store all based on emotion. So if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, apply all of these things, but be aware of your customers and their emotions. So do your research properly on your customers so you can attack their emotions as good as you can. Now, besides with that being said, I do also have a coaching in place. So if you guys want to take your store or your brand to the next level, just going to be a link, the first link in the description. If you want to make numbers like these, 13K in a week, 1K in 1 week here. As you see here, 17K in the last 7 days. Holy shit. And bro, that's probably like, fucking hell, that's like 4 or 5 months of like salary in one single week. Same thing here, like 3-4 months of salary in one single week. You guys seen that like most of you guys earn 3 to 3.5K in 1 month. This is 1 day, right? And I know, same again, 3.4 1 day, right? And it just continues, like 2.3K here, then we have here 1.3K, and then we have here 3.3K from Kevin again. Then we have here first sales, 209 in a day, 2.7K, if 137, like it just continues on. Kevin here living the best life, 2.3K in Bangkok, just traveling, business class, everything, just chilling around, just fucking around. And that's the life you can live if you are willing to take action. So if that's something you'd like to do, it's going to be a link down here in the description. Click on that link, jump on a call with me, and yeah, we'll see how that's gonna go. And otherwise, I'll see you guys on the call, or I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.